Good evening and welcome back to the final episode of Etown News for the spring semester. I'm Rosena Campana.
And I'm Veith. TGIS, commencement events, and more coming up after this.
The Elizabethtown College Store is your one-stop shop for all things college. There's no need to run to the mall for your favorite brands when you could stay on campus and shop for school-issued apparel. The school store has new items for every season. This includes Life is Good shirts. There's also Champion jackets, Under Armour sweatpants, and more. With a large variety of styles and sizes, there's items in the Etown College Store for everyone. Keep on the lookout for great sales on your favorite Etown College gear. You can stay updated by following their Instagram at Etown College Store. This store takes student charge, creating a worry-free shopping experience. The Etown College Store is located in the Brosman Commons, open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit the Elizabethtown College Store, the perfect fit for you.
Thank goodness it's spring. This Saturday, Etown OSA will host the 51st annual TGIS event from 12 to 7 p.m. in Brinzer Field. This year's theme is Y2Js and will pay homage to the early 2000s. Events like yard games, a photo booth, and more will be free for all to enjoy. Along with that, viral alt-rock band SM6 will take the stage at 1 p.m., followed by a meet and greet until 3. So be sure to grab your friends and head to Brinzer Field this Saturday for a fun-filled day of free events.
Last Wednesday, from 4 to 6 p.m., Etown students had the opportunity to make Brazilian Easter eggs, hosted by international students and scholars. Any Blue Jay could stroll into the Bauer Center demo kitchen and choose from a variety of chocolate Easter egg molds. Once they chose their egg, they could add a multitude of toppings to make their own custom dessert. Blue Jays enjoyed their creations and learned about Easter traditions in Brazil. Interested in more events like this? Follow OISS at Etown International on Instagram for updates on events.
Before walking across the stage in a cap and gown, graduating seniors are invited to enjoy Etown's countdown to commencement activities. The fun kicks off Thursday, May 8th, when students can sign up for a complimentary trip to Adventure Sports, Clearview Lanes, or the Twisted Easel. Then on Friday, you can visit the Bauer Center Fieldhouse for Field Day and a Class of 2025 bingo game with lots of great prizes. Later at 7, Lafleur Chapel will host the baccalaureate service before the commencement ceremony takes place Saturday morning. It's a jam-packed couple of days filled with lots of fun for your final days as Blue Jays.
Also included in the countdown to commencement is the Class of 2025 Steak and Champagne Dinner. If you're a senior, be at the Bauer Center at 6 p.m. on Thursday, May 8th, to celebrate all your accomplishments at Etown. Toast to the Class of 2025 with your classmates and President Betty Ryder. If you would like to attend, make sure to register on etownalumni.com.
Elizabethtown College is wrapping up its 125th anniversary celebration with a trip to Pittsburgh. Join current Blue Jays and alumni for a night of connecting and networking on May 28th at the Lumiere Residences from 6:30 to 8 p.m. The event will be hosted by 1983 graduates Joseph and Ann Schultz, along with President Betty Ryder. Hors d'oeuvres and drinks will be provided to all who attend. Register using the link below by May 23rd to secure your spot for this memorable night. Now here's Gwyn Young with your weekly sports updates.
Thanks, Rosena. Etown College's athletics had another great week as multiple team and individual performances stood out. In baseball, the Blue Jays notched 4 wins within the past week, with their most recent one being a 10-2 against Moravian. Etown came ready to play, jumping out to an early 4-1 lead after the first inning. The offensive onslaught would continue throughout the entire game, and the pitching was able to hold the Greyhounds to just 2 runs. Junior first baseman Quentin Perilli was the star of the game, going 5 for 5 with a walk. He'd also drive in 2 runs and score 1. Senior designated hitter RJ Agris and junior shortstop David Woolley both homered in Wednesday's matchup, and first-year AJ Lipscomb earned his 4th win of the season with his 6-inning, 9-strikeout performance. The team will take the field tomorrow at home for a doubleheader against Drew, and the Blue Jays will celebrate Senior Day. The softball team had a hard-fought week, suffering multiple close losses, but notched a blowout win against Hood College on Monday as they look to finish their season strong. The Jays won 12-3, and 4 players tallied 2 hits. First-year third baseman Jess Dunn came through with the big hit, ripping a 2-run homer to center field, giving her a 4 RBI day. Junior pitcher Maddy pitched a complete game, going 7 strong and allowing just 1 earned run. While the team would lose their doubleheader against Alvernia, they'll hope to find some momentum as they head into the final 6 games of the season. They'll play a doubleheader against Drew tomorrow in Madison, New Jersey. The men's golf team outlasted their competition on Tuesday, taking first place in the Penn State Abington Invitational. The team finished 29 over par. Junior Chris Kilduff was the top performer with a score of 3 over par. 3 other Blue Jays shot below an 80 for the course. Junior John Harrison with a 7 over par, Junior Drew Bird at 8 over, and Senior Zachary Clapper at 9 over. The men's golf landmark championships kick off tomorrow at 9 a.m. in Delaware, Pennsylvania. While the women's lacrosse team took a tough loss to Catholic on Wednesday, they celebrated Senior Day with a huge win last Saturday against Wilkes, 23-3. It was a blowout from the start as Etown would find the net 13 times in the first quarter alone and would shut out Wilkes on the defensive end. They'd continue to pile it on, ending the day with a 20-goal win. First-year Ella Scholes and junior Drew Bridges led the team with an impressive 6 goals each. Senior attacker Megan Meyer also had a notable performance with 5 goals of her own, celebrating her senior day in style. On the defensive end, senior goalie Rachel Murphy made 9 saves in her winning effort. Tomorrow, the Blue Jays will play their final game of the season against Susquehanna in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania at 1 p.m. The track and field teams raced in the Twilight Meet at York College on Wednesday the 16th. On the men's side, senior Adam Carmo and Will Inglis won events. Carmo took first in the 110-meter hurdles with a time of 15.71 seconds. Inglis won the 1,500-meter event in 4 minutes and 4.93 seconds. Sophomores Lucas Novak and Derek Kendig earned runner-up finishes, Novak in the 400-meter hurdles and Kendig in the 5,000-meter race. The Blue Jays won 5 events for the women's team. First-year Isabella Cowger continued to dominate the discus event, winning it for the 2nd straight week, and she'd also win the shot put. In the 1,500, first-year Addison Kleinley took the top spot at 4 minutes and 58.07 seconds, and junior Gwen Young won the 5,000-meter with a time of 18 minutes and 45.12 seconds. In the long jump, sophomore Kate Bendel won with 5.37 meters, a new personal best. On May 3rd, the Blue Jays will compete in the Landmark Conference Championships in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. In professional sports, the NBA and NHL postseasons have gotten underway, and it's been must-see TV. In the NBA, 4 series are deadlocked at 1 game apiece. Of them, the Los Angeles Clippers versus Denver Nuggets battle out west has been the one to watch. The Nuggets began their playoff action with a 2-point overtime win, but the Clippers stormed back with a 3-point victory in Game 2. Fans can't wait to see what the rest of the series has in store, as many hope to see this one go the full 7 games. In the NHL, the matchup between the Dallas Stars and Colorado Avalanche has taken center stage in the sports world. After a 5-1 win by Colorado in Game 1, many weren't sure what to make of this series. However, the last 2 games have made for primetime television. In Game 2, the Stars tied the series with a 4-3 overtime win, where center Colin Blackwell scored the winning goal with less than 3 minutes to go in the overtime period. In Game 3, the Stars won their 2nd game of the series with another overtime winner. This time, it was alternate captain Tyler Seguin sending the Avalanche home. This is just the start of what would be a captivating playoffs. That's all for your sports this week. Now back to Will and Rosena in the studio.
After falling over 50%, Tesla's stock has risen 30 points since Elon Musk announced he will be stepping back from the government to focus on the car company. Musk helped with the creation of the Department of Government Efficiency Initiative, which will now be run by active administrator Amy Gleason. Tesla's first quarter earnings came out on Tuesday, and the company had fallen short on nearly all expectations. The billionaire will still be involved in a smaller role with Doge, but he plans to spend more time getting his company back on track. This past Monday, Pope Francis passed away at 88, following a stroke and heart failure at the Vatican. This comes one day after he gave an Easter blessing from St. Peter's Basilica, the same church he will be buried at. The funeral will take place this Saturday, where thousands of religious figures in the Catholic Church will give the Pope a final send-off. The process of appointing the new Pope, known as conclave, will begin in the upcoming weeks. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth visited central Pennsylvania last Wednesday to speak to students and faculty at the U.S. Army War College in Carlisle. His speech focused around the changing landscape of America's military, including a ban on transgender soldiers and elimination of DEI policies. He also announced that the Department of Defense is bringing back nearly 9,000 former service members who were forced out for refusing the COVID vaccine. Hegseth wrapped up his talk by boasting the success of recent military operations, along with promising a safe and secure America.
The Ice Bucket Challenge is back, but this time it's aimed to raise money for a different cause. In 2014, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge raised millions in funding for research into its namesake disease. Now, Active Minds, a nonprofit doing work in mental health advocacy, is benefiting from the funds raised. The Speak Your Mind Ice Bucket Challenge was started by Mental Illness Needs Discussion, or Mind Club, at the University of South Carolina. The original goal of the campaign was $500, and has now surpassed over $100,000 raised. The campaign has grown so big that it attracted the attention of celebrities and public figures like Peyton Manning, Emmanuel Sanders, and to the Today Show's Carson Daly, to Savannah Guthrie. Due to the success of the challenge, the creators have set a new goal of $250,000. This past weekend, actor Kristen Stewart married her fiancé, Dylan Meyer. According to TMZ and People, the wedding was an intimate event between only two women and their friends and family that took place on Sunday in Los Angeles. The relationship went public in 2019, and the two were engaged by November 2021. In a 2019 interview, Stewart revealed that she was all in for Mayer, which is a screenwriter, from the moment they met. Country music singer Jelly Roll is close to having his criminal record pardoned. The State Board of Parole in Tennessee voted unanimously in favor of the pardon, and the matter is now up to Governor Bill Lee. The Grammy-nominated musician spent many years of his life in prison, and since his release in 2016 has dedicated his time to activism. He has spoken at prisons, rehabilitation centers, and even in Congress. Drug addiction and the justice system are two areas the singer dedicates his time to. He hopes to inspire these imprisoned and marginalized through his success story. And the pardon would be one more step in that direction. Now here's ECTV's senior Layla Murphy with her latest weekly weather report.
Thanks, Rosena. Welcome to the Weekly Weather Watch, where we cover the weather once a week, rain or shine. I'm your host, Layla Murphy. Today, Friday the 25th, is mostly cloudy with a high of 78 and a low of 61. Saturday, we have scattered thunderstorms with a high of 73 and a low of 45. Sunday, we'll see sunny skies with a high of 67 and a low of 44. It will continue to be sunny on Monday, and we will see a high of 75 and a low of 49. Tuesday will be partly cloudy, but we will reach a high of 87 and a low of 67. Wednesday will be mostly cloudy, and the temperatures will hit a high of 80 and a low of 55. And finally, we will continue to have partly cloudy skies on Thursday. There will also be some rain later in the day, and we will have a high of 66 and a low of 54. While this was the last news episode of this semester, this is also my very last ECTV production, since I will be graduating in a couple of weeks. These 4 years with ECTV have been such an amazing experience. Coming into college, I had no background with media or television, but I knew I wanted to try it out. And since then, I've been able to learn so much, do so much, and meet some really, really great people. My first time on camera was as an anchor for this campus news production my freshman year. It was our only show at the time because we were still kind of getting over COVID, and we were still wearing masks at the time, so it was that far back, back in October of 2021. And since then, it has been so great and so amazing to see all of the different things that ECTV has done and how much it has grown. It is kind of hard to say goodbye to this group and to this college, but I just wanted to thank everyone in this group, present and past, who has worked alongside me with productions, remotes, or even just the people who hang out in the editing suite together. It's been really great. As a lot of people watching know this and can understand, this college is very hard. It can be very draining. Sometimes you lose motivation, but I've had my own doubts from time to time whether I want to stay or not, but truthfully, ECTV has really made my college experience worthwhile, and many of my favorite memories are because of ECTV. So I wanted to thank this group who has welcomed me with open arms and has been with me every step of the way. Thanks for tuning in to the Weekly Weather Watch. I'm Layla Murphy.
That's all for this semester, Jays. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at ECTV40 for all the latest updates on our shows. I'm Veith.
And I'm Rosena Campana. Have a great summer, and remember to
Take flight,
Etown.